Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Cologne. We had a fantastic night's sleep and we're feeling refreshed. It might be grey outside, but we don't care because we're heading to Phantasialand. Now for some quick breakfast before we hit the road. To go, but it's pouring with rain outside, so we're not in too much of a rush. I had a little German continental breakfast. I don't feel bloated and overfull, which is great. I just feel refreshed, sustained, and ready to hit the rides. It's about 30 minutes by car to Phantasialand from central Cologne, and it'll cost around €45 in an Uber. We've arrived. How exciting. That hotel looks absolutely insane. I cannot wait to get inside and show you guys. We've just walked in the door, guys, and look at this. This is so cool. This is the theming. Oh, they've added Christmas presents and little Christmassy things. Look. That's really cute, isn't it? Guys, look at this place. It's absolutely insane. Look at the check-in. The check-in is so cute. It's amazing. The industrial design, the walls, it's just so beautiful. This is actually our tower, which is B. Oh, there she goes. Oh God, I'm so excited. And look up here. Beautiful Christmas tree, and the seats, and the lamps, everything. We're now going to head into Rookburgh through the exclusive hotel gate. Guys, this place is insane. This is absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it in all of my life. I'm trying to learn the layout and where the train's gonna go. Honestly, I have no idea. Detail lens. The detail is just beautiful. Look at this mural on the wall. It's not a mural, it's a mural. It's a mural. Just like the detail here, like look at this. So beautiful. And like the theming everywhere. Even cover up the support footers with this stuff. And the weather's cleared up a bit. It's not as rainy as it was. It's spitting, but it's not too bad. Steam effects. Wow, I'm just blown away. Blown away. Absolutely blown away. I just can't believe this place. Even the lights, just look at these lights. They're just so incredible. That's the restaurant we're gonna be in. We're gonna be eating in that restaurant later. This big truck thing here, it's just so incredible. Oh. Honestly, I just don't really know what to say. I'm just so kind of lost for words right now. But hopefully, we're here for 2 days, so we'll have some time to decompress our thoughts, and I can talk to you later about it all a bit more. Right, Bobba, it's time to get on F.L.Y. Are you excited? How excited are you? I cannot wait. Let's get on that. I am the most excited I've ever been about going on a roller coaster in my entire life. I can't believe as well how much detail there is in the theming. Like, even like these red lamps in the queue, like the extended queue, and like, you know, you've got this balloon at the end. It's just incredible. Oh, this is so cool. So we're going up to the locker room now, and this is where you leave your bags, and I'm leaving everything. Even the theming in here is amazing, look. It's so cool. Put that on, hold it against, and then, yeah, it goes red. We'll see you in a bit, guys. exiting the ride. How are you feeling?
Waiting for the hair check.
Hair check, yeah. I don't need to do a hair check. You do a beard check though.
There's no doubt that it's an amazingly themed ride and that the layout is amazing.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a total work of art. However, I really dislike being in the hanging position. The same as I dislike it on Galactica, I really dislike it on this. I hate all the blood rushing to my face when I'm on a ride.
I feel a bit nauseous because I have really bad motion sickness. I wasn't sure whether to look at the people in front or the ground, and I kept switching between the two. There's so many near miss elements on that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like there's this one bit where you go over the roof and it feels like you're literally about to scrape your toes on the roof. One thing that I think is absolutely incredible is how the mechanism on the ride works. You start off seated sideways on, and then the train goes and it goes really fast, and then at some point on the track they just rotate into a forward flying position. It's really clever how it works, isn't it?
It's clever, yeah. It's weird. When you first start, it's like, oh, I've never been on a ride that faces outwards before.
Yeah, there's a separate unload platform at the end as well, so as the train slows down into its last turn, it flips you back. There's no like stopping or anything, it literally just happens straight away, and then you're in the unload platform and you're off. They've really taken into account operations and the speed at which they can load and unload passengers, which is, I really like to see that, because throughput I think is really important. It's an incredible coaster. I've seen people say it wasn't that intense, and so I was expecting it to be kind of a bit like air at towers, but it's actually way more forceful than air, and I wasn't expecting that. And maybe in other positions on the train it's not so, but certainly on the back row you can feel some forces on that. It's not Nemesis, don't get me wrong. There's no queues, it's great. We literally just walked on that ride, excited that we've got like the rest of today and all of tomorrow here to do that. Catch you guys in a bit. Right, now we're going to head to the rest of the park. I'm so excited, oh my god, and we've got Taron and Black Mamba to do. Probably also wondering why I keep wearing my glasses on my head and why I keep taking them on and off. It's because I've gone blind in the last few years for reading, and I have to keep looking at the screen, and I can't actually see the numbers without my glasses, which is why I'm doing it. So, explanation for you in case you're wondering. We're now heading through the beautiful Berlin area of the park. Lily's Cafe. It's cute, isn't it? The good news is we've lost the rain. Winter Garden. The wait time, look at this. This is what I was hoping for. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. 5s across the board. We're now going to, I think, the Mystery Drop Tower, and we're going to ride Winjas, which is the water ride, the flume, because, well, we need something a bit tamer after that. That sounds so old, doesn't it? We've just been on F.L.Y, which is a Vekoma flying coaster, and we're like, oh, let's find something tamer. That's hilarious. But I do suffer from really bad motion sickness, so it's not just me being a wussy, it's just the fact, wussy, is that even a word? Wussy, pussy, a wuss. It's not me being a wuss, I just, we just turned a corner and I'm seeing Taron, so we'll get some shots of that for you now. We've decided we're going on Taron after all. It's too good. It looks too good. We can't just walk past it. It's not possible. Sorry. How incredible is that? This theming is absolutely incredible. Look at it. The lamps, the rock work. It's just stunning. It's just so stunning. Look at how jagged these cliffs are. Not just how good the theming is, but like the quality. The quality of everything is just top notch. It's really, really special. Another great vantage point. That's another awesome thing to mention. You just get so many places to watch this coaster from. We're here, we're doing it. Taron, let's go. I think this has got a really big queue as well. This is so
im Anstellbereich ist das Rauchen verboten.
Oh my god, this queue goes on forever. We're going front row for our first ride. Here we are. Front row ride, baby. What's your reaction to that then, Rob?
That was so good. I loved it.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely in my top 5 now. Top 5 in the world. Uniker is in the top position at the moment, and Twisted Colossus is close to the top as well. There's some great coasters up there, but Taron is incredible as a coaster, layout-wise, but also theming. It hits on both sides. It's not just like one trick pony. It has everything. It's got speed, it's got pace, it's got transitions, and it's really strange. I thought I'd be feeling really sick on that, but it's surprisingly smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Considering how many times it changes direction. It really is an absolutely incredible world-class coaster, and I'm so glad to have finally ridden it. Tick it off my list. I'll be going into my XL, and I'll be having that tonight.
Look how creepy this is.
This is giving me very much Lord of the Rings vibes.
And every now and then, oh, you hear that?
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard that all right. This is truly the meaning of theme park. Just for the record, let's just put that out there. You don't really get theming any better than this, even at Disney. This is off the charts, incredible. And I wish the UK parks would take note. We have nothing of this quality or scale in the UK, and there's no reason. They could spend the budgets. They just choose not to. Just love all the detail, it's so great. Oh, look at this bit. We haven't been to this bit yet. This is incredible. This area here is so stunning. I can't speak highly enough of this place. This theming, look at it. It's literally incredible. Over there. So cool. Now going to just have a little go on Raik. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a family coaster. I think it's a Vekoma Boomerang. We're going to give that a try now, and we'll let you know how it is. Okay, we're on Raik. Look at her. It's just so incredible. Do you want front or middle? No, we don't care. Oh my god, I am never going on that again, that's for sure. What did you think?
I thought it was fine. I don't mind going backwards. So for me,
I absolutely hate going backwards. Hate it so much. And the forwards bit I quite enjoyed, and I was like, this is quite good for a family coaster. And then it went backwards, and I was like, honestly nearly vomited. And then it went a second time, and I was like, no! So here we are, we're about to get on this beast. I'm a little bit nervous. Rob, you don't mind a drop tower, do you?
I don't like a drop tower, but if it's themed to within an inch of its life, like Terror Towers.
Oh, Terror Towers is amazing.
Then I like it.
You mean at Disney, yeah?
At Disney, yeah.
Look at this, it's so gorgeous. Imagine this on a sunny day, it would be stunning. I mean, it's still stunning now. I mean, look at that. It's just incredible. And look, we've got like a little stream. This really reminds me of Sword in the Stone by Disney. Don't know why, it just does. I do feel a bit queasy after that family coaster, I'm not gonna lie. And I think it's also because I'm hungry. So we're gonna go on this, and then we're gonna go to this little place in this sort of Viking area and have flamkuchen. Wow. Just look at that. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. This is quite a lot of theming, isn't it, really? But then we go into like modern stuff. So it's obviously like some experiments are going on in this place. This is so cool, look at it. It's like a drawbridge that goes across. So I don't mind drop towers usually because, you know, they're like it's linear motion and there's no spinning or anything, and I get motion sick on anything that sort of spins. This did make me feel really sick, and Rob will explain why.
Well, normally I hate drop towers because I hate heights and I hate being horizontally dropped.
Yeah.
But actually, this was in near blackout. So apart from the
I would say
initial
pitch.
drop, I didn't mind because I couldn't actually see how high I was. So for me, it was fine.
Whereas for me, it was puke. First of all, it started without us even knowing it was going to start. So I thought it was going to like slowly go up and then drop us, but it didn't. It literally just, the lights went out and it just went.
Yeah.
So it's really like out of the blue completely. Surprising start.
Yeah.
That was really cool though. And then there's this like sort of electro kind of like static thing on the ceiling. So that was fine. Like we could see how high we were going. And then that just went off and it went pitch black, and then it just started going up and down in the dark, fully in the dark. And that's when I started to feel a bit queasy. When it came down, I was thinking, please don't do a second rotation, please that be it. And thank God it was. Right, let's go and eat flamkuchen. I will say though that the theming is absolutely on par here with the rest of the park. Even though this is like an older ride, I think, it's still phenomenal. You can see from the queue walk that we just did how detailed it is, and they really care about putting stuff into the actual queues here, and we just don't seem to have that at home in ours. It's just literally a cattle pen most of the time. So it's really nice to see that level of detail. We're now in Rutmor's Tavern, which is a gorgeous little restaurant in the Taron area of the park, and it's just so beautifully themed. We've ordered some really nice things. Look at the menus, they come like this, in like a metal sort of bound sort of thing. Check out my chair. I feel like I'm in Rohan in Lord of the Rings. So, I'll tell you what we've ordered. I'm quite excited. It's proper German food as well. Rob's going for flamkuchen, and he's having goat's cheese with figs, walnuts and cassis on one part, olives, feta cheese, rocket and cherry tomatoes, and then parma ham and olives on the other part. And I'm having potatoes, rocket and cherry tomatoes. It's going to be good. Can't wait. So, everyone's staring. I have to be honest though, I am struggling. I'm feeling really queasy right now. We did Raik, which went backwards, and it did it twice, and then the drop towers just pushed me over the edge. Sometimes it's worse when you're hungry, so I'm really hoping that with some food it won't be quite as bad. But I really hope so, because we've still got the spinning roller coasters and the Black Mamba to do. How's yours, Rob?
Yeah, delish. I mean, I haven't tried the middle bit yet. I started with that side, but because that's fig, it's a bit sweet.
Yeah. So you should have had that for your dessert.
Exactly, so I'm hanging on. So I'm going to start with the olives and ham side,
Going
which
with
is
the savoury.
salty. Exactly. And then I'll work my way across.
To your dessert.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So thin. Wafer.
It's good to be in a theme park that does good food.
Something we don't have at home really,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, we were just talking about how in the UK, the theme parks, the food is just really awful. You would never get anything this nice. It might be something to do with the fact that it's really commercial. We ate in the Secret Garden restaurant in the Alton Towers Hotel, and the food was massively overpriced. I think I paid like £15 for a tiny bowl of pasta. Literally had zero flavour. We had really mediocre food at the other hotel as well, which was like a buffet. You come somewhere like this, and it's all independent. I mean, I don't know, maybe this is part of a catering company, but it doesn't matter. It has that independent vibe, and the quality of it is amazing. That was like €13. Really not that much money for something that is that good quality, and I'd rather pay a bit more and have something like that. The UK theme parks have a lot of catching up to do. I think they need to change their focus from commercial to quality and guest satisfaction, and they can probably still make a good profit with that, because places like this exist and they manage to do it. This wouldn't be operational if it didn't make a profit, but it is, and it's still really good quality, and the environment's amazing. So now we're going to go and walk through the Mexican area and just take a look at some of the rides there. There's a ride called Talocan that I definitely do not want to go on, and Rob doesn't either because it's horrendous, but we'll film it for you because it's incredibly themed. And then I think we're going to go to the Phantasialand, which is all indoors. Then we're going to go and check into the hotel and get some shots of Rutmor from the hotel balconies, and I cannot wait to see that view. Cool, let's go to Mexico. But that right there, that's a lesson in how you build a coaster. That could even have gone into my #1 position. That might have even taken over Uhrwerk. How do you feel about Uhrwerk?
The problem with Uhrwerk is that we only got to go on it once.
How long did we queue for?
We queued for 5 hours, but that was the thing. We queued for 5 hours, and I'm thinking, how on earth is this ride going to be worth it? And yet it completely was. But
Yeah,
I've only done it once, so it's so hard now.
Yeah, we're judging it on one single ride after 4.5
Yeah.
hours of waiting.
Yeah.
It's a really difficult one, yeah. But I think in terms of theming, this beats anything I've ever seen in my life, 100%. And here we have the Mexico area of the park. I reckon this would look incredible on a sunny day, because it's probably not the best weather for Mexico, but it looks really cool. And Chipas, which is the ride you're looking at now, which is a kind of classic log flume but on acid, it looks absolutely phenomenal, and I bet on a hot summer's day this would be so much fun to ride. So this is Talocan, which is a top spin, and it's one of the new types of top spin. I don't know if it's a Huss, I think it might be a Huss. The theming is phenomenal on this. It has a back wall which the ride goes against, so you have that feeling of being really close. And I do really love the design of it. I think it's incredible. I'm just not going to go on it because it will make me feel incredibly sick. Scratch everything we just said about we're going to go on something tamer. We're not. We're going straight to the Black Mamba because we're nearby, and we're like, we have to get on it. So we're heading over there now. It's looking pretty amazing, the theming here as well. So we'll show you that now. Some classic B&M track here. This is so cool. How cool is this? You get to walk directly underneath the loop of a B&M inverter. That is cool. And over here, this is the other hotel that we could have stayed in. And we actually chose to stay in Lingbao purely because it has the wellness, so it has the Thalasso kind of pool and the steam room and all of that stuff, and we just thought that might be nice after being out in the cold. But this looks so cool. Black Mamba, 5-minute wait, that means a front row ride. You get a nice close view of the ride, so we'll get some good shots. Look at that. Nice wing over. I'm very much looking forward to how inbuilt to the ground this is, very much like Nemesis. I can imagine this gets quite busy in the summer. There might actually be a bit of a wait for the front row, considering there's not many trains actually going. This is a long queue. Really long, it goes on forever. I feel like, unlike Alton Towers that built some pen-style queues for when the ride first opened and it was very, very busy, that they now don't need to use, they built the whole queue into this to account for all those people, and yeah, it's just like that all the time now. But it's kind of nice. Black Mamba time. Sorry guys, this is so bad. So, Rob, what did you think of Black Mamba?
That was a lot of fun. A lot of similarities to Nemesis, but I think longer, twistier. Areas of going into dark tunnels. It was a lot of fun, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. What's really nice is it does hug the landscape in the same way as Nemesis does. I'd say it's a little bit more intricately cut in to the scenery.
Yeah.
But I think Nemesis has a few more head choppers. I don't know, it feels a bit tighter on Nemesis, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It definitely goes on a bit longer. In terms of intensity, what do you think? Probably about on a par.
Yeah.
I'd say they're about the same, yeah. But maybe because of the length of this feels a bit more intense by the end. I mean, Nemesis is still going to be my love. Black Mamba is a solid ride, and for me, a B&M invert is always a front row ride. I can't do it anywhere else because of my motion sickness.
And you just can't see either.
You can't see. It's not the greatest design of a train on a roller coaster, let's be real. I've been on Batman the ride in LA as well. The same situation, you have to take a front row ride, otherwise you just can't really see anything. It's like you're on a train and you can just see things out of the windows. It's a front row ride, but it's an amazing front row ride. We did have a bit of a situation there. I don't want to moan about it too much, but we got to the front of the queue and there was basically no one there. There were a few people in the queue behind us that were walking behind us, and we let them go in front because I wanted to film stuff. Got to the queuing area and they went in the front row. We were behind and there was no one else there waiting to go on the ride, and we just said, oh, do you mind if we wait for the front? That's fine. And the guy was super aggressive with us. I was like, I don't want to ride in the second row because I will feel really, really sick, because I'm just basically looking at the back of the seat for the entire ride. I'm going to just back out. And then he was like, where are you going? Get back there. You can't wait there. And then we sort of went to walk into the front row, and he was like, I work here. Get out of there. And he was really, really super rude. It just took us aback, didn't it? And
yes.
It's just such a shame because it's counter to every single other thing that we've experienced here so far. The staff have been amazing on every single ride, and I get that when it's busy, like, you can't have people saying, I want to ride in this row or whatever, and absolutely understand that, but there's no one there, and he was just doing it to be difficult. And it wasn't even that he said you can't ride in the front, because ultimately he's in charge of the queue and the ride, and whatever he says goes. That's how it is. But it was just the way he did it. He literally shouted at us and just really, really nasty. And I don't know whether to make a complaint or not. I kind of feel like we should, because that was just absolutely out of line. And we paid a lot of money to be here, and it really, really did ruin the ride for me. I went on that ride absolutely fuming and pissed off. And although I kind of switched that off by the time we got to the top of the lift hill, it did ruin it for me. I'm not going to lie, it did. Just a real shame that one member of staff can behave like that and just have that impact on a customer who's paying money to be in what's supposed to be one of the most fun places to be. So, bit of a sour twist to it, but the ride itself is amazing. Just gonna check out the merch situation. Lots of plushes. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's like the black Mamba, but the white Mamba. It's got some nice stuff, hasn't they? It's nice to see lots of themed stuff for the area. Because usually you just get the generic theme park merch, but this is quite nicely done. My mum loves giraffes. Look at this theming, it's so cool. It's like a shop, and they've even got all the produce here. This area is really, really well themed as well. I think that's just a Phantasialand standard. This is so cool, look at it. It's cute. Wow. What a landscape. Out of all of the different themed lands, what do you think is the best theme? You have to pick one.
We've not seen them all anyway.
We haven't actually, that's true.
Yeah.
Mine, I would say, is definitely Mystic, which is where Taron is. This, I think, would really come alive on a sunny day. And also Rookburgh works quite well on a grey day.
I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's Rookburgh or Rookburgh or Rookburgh.
It's something Berg.
I think that might be my favourite area of this park. I've been to different parks where they mimic other countries. You see that a lot, and even though it is done really well here, but I've never been to a park that did steampunk and did it so well. And for me, that's a really, really unique thing. Plus, it was the first area that we walked into from the street. So it had that kind of Land of Oz moment, you know, when you walk in through the doors and then you see it and you're like, wow.
Totally,
so that, for that reason, that's my favourite.
Yeah. Now going to check into our room and try and get some shots of F.L.Y from the hotel, which is like a really unique vantage point, and you can't really get there unless you're a hotel guest. I do love this carousel at the end. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Double-decker carousel. It's not every day you see one of those. We're just going to have a quick look in here because this place looks amazing. The little pastry shop. Oh, it's so cute. I just saw this from the window and thought we have to go and look. And they look absolutely divine. You wouldn't get something like this at Alton Towers, would you? Oh my god, look at them. Those ones look amazing, look. Want. We might have to pop back there. They close at 6 o'clock, so we have until then. I'm definitely going to need a pick-me-up before dinner, I think. Even like just the actual building is amazing. It's crazy that it goes around the rooms, isn't it? Good job it's not operational at night. Here we are, number 37. Very loud, I'm afraid, because I've got a roller coaster rattling around me here. Oh, that's cool. The roller coaster is literally around us, goes all the way around us. Never have slept so close to a roller coaster in all my life, probably never will again. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. So, we'll do a proper sort of tour of everything later and all the facilities, but bed, roller coaster. Bed, roller coaster. I can't get my head around that. Yeah, it's so cute. No way! We have a porthole. A porthole. Porthole or porthole? We have a porthole looking out at... Oh my god, it's literally right there. Oh my god, that's so crazy. That was literally shot from our bathroom. There's the little check-in area down there with the leaky roof, but that's kind of fitting for the theme, so I wonder if it's on purpose. We're coming up to Phantasialand. It's an hour from park close and it's pouring with rain, so everyone's just left and gone home. But we're going to have a look in here and we might go on a couple of rides. Woozle Town. Right, should we try and go on these two spinners while we're here? That looks a bit pukey. This area looks really cool. Very Oz-like. Looks like Björk. So this is where you choose. So Rob, what did you think of Winja Force and Winja Fear?
I thought it was a real surprise. Moments where the whole track was lifted up and then we were being tilted at an angle like this, and other parts would be kind of dropped for a very split second. Yeah. Lots of areas where it was dark, lots of areas where we span really pretty fast. There's a lot of people, a lot of kids maybe, who'd be terrified by this. But I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
They pretty much start in the same way. You go up a vertical lift in the dark and then you tip forward and then you join a piece of track and then you just get let go down the track, which is pretty cool. I've never been on a spinning coaster that starts like that. So it's quite unique in that respect, but then they do a slightly different thing towards the end. So there's a bit of variety. Two really good solid spinning coasters here. What we did notice though was that the theming in the area is just not quite on a par with the rest of the park, is it?
No, I mean it's okay, but just not as detailed.
Yeah. Lots of fiberglass and things like that. Bigger, more bold sort of shapes and things, which is kind of more what you'd expect in the kids area. We haven't been on anything else in that area today because we just knackered and we need to go and get a cup of tea. But we'll probably head back in there tomorrow when there's a bit more light and we'll show you a bit more of the area. Now, one of the really magical things I love about Phantasialand is that it really comes alive at night. The fountains, the grounds, all the rides, they just look magnificent in the dark. And what you've got to remember is that Phantasialand is a year-round park. It doesn't really close, it doesn't have a down season, so there's a good number of months where it will be dark during park hours. Now we're going to head back to our cabin to freshen up for dinner, and whilst we're there, I'm going to give you a quick tour. I have to say, as hotel guests, we feel incredibly lucky that we get to see F.L.Y from these exclusive vantage points and in the dark as well. I mean, how incredible does this coaster look? It's absolutely stunning. So guys, here is the interior of a standard aeronautical cabin at the Hotel Charles Lindbergh. It's such a cosy little room. It comes with two twin beds. Both have their own little individual duvet and pillow. There's a lovely shelf that runs all the way around the edge for you to put all of your stuff, and you can access things really easily then without having to go into your bags or suitcase. It's a really great little design feature. Each bed comes with its own little reading lamp, which is perfect for reading the Rookburgh Gazette. Now, I think this is just such a gorgeous little idea, and it really helps emphasise the theming of the Rookburgh area. It's full of articles and really interesting anecdotes about different design decisions, such as the bar and how that was created. It goes into detail about the restaurant and the chocolatier. Now, it comes in German, but reception hold copies in other international languages. Now in terms of storage, we have this roller chest which comes with hangers. There's also 4 quite large drawers under the beds, and these metal bars that span the length of the cabin can also be used for hanging coats and things on. So there's actually quite a lot of space to hang clothes despite the cosy nature of the cabin. So here we have a lovely little mechanical shutter which is in place of what would usually be a peephole for seeing who's outside the room. It opens with a simple turn of the hand like this, and you can just peek through and remind yourself of the magic that's awaiting you outside. Now the bathroom is small, but it's mighty and it has everything you could possibly need. I love the fragrance they use in the body wash here. It's citrusy and woody. The shower is surprisingly spacious and doesn't feel cramped. You have the option of rain and handheld shower heads. Now the view will obviously differ depending on which room you have. We had the most insane view directly onto the roller coaster. Not that we left the window open when we were in the bathroom, I must add. I can't speak highly enough to the detail of these rooms. They've thought about everything. It's practical yet stylish, and every little detail really adds to the theme. It's just been a really lovely experience staying here, and we'll definitely return. We're now heading to dinner. I love these lights as well, they're so cool. Look at them. Stairs. Ooh. This looks cool. Pattern on the ceiling. Oh, this is so cool. Look at it. So we just ordered food from the menu, and it's really interesting stuff. It's not just like burgers and fries, although there are burgers and fries, there's way more. I've ordered the spicy poke bowl with salmon to start with, followed by a grilled chicken burger, and then I've gone for a nougat surprise for dessert.
So I've gone for the things that I wouldn't normally choose because they just sounded different and interesting. So I started with a beef tartare, and then I would never normally choose a burger, but it's a salmon burger, and I just thought that I had to try that because I know they do lots of pasta here, but you can get pasta lots of places. And then apple pudding, like a German apple pudding with cinnamon and cream. Really looking forward to that.
So this place is so cool. Everything is themed to an inch of its life, but in a really tasteful way. It's just gorgeous. It's just so lovely. Things like this, little touches, all of the industrial kind of ness of it. Look at the coat hooks, they're so cool. So people's coats are hanging on these gigantic chains. And our food's arrived. Whoa.
You should have seen the pepper grinder that turned up.
I saw, I was looking from upstairs.
Steak tartare, the little bit of whole grain mustard.
That is absolutely incredibly delicious. Really nice musty flavour. The textures are incredible. I never thought textures would be like that. My poke bowl. And that looks like a full-on main course salad. And it comes with a little pot of dressing. That's the most delicious salmon I've ever had in my life, I can honestly say. Kind of smoky, but soft, really good mayonnaise, and then like those onions just taste absolutely insane. And with the peanuts, I never thought of having peanut with salmon, but it just really works. That looks absolutely insane. Insane.
In the membran.
In the membran. That looks really quite phenomenal. Tell me if it's nom. Is it good?
It's really delicious. It's got pineapple chutney, so it's quite sweet.
Pineapple chutney? Wow. Garter.
The salmon's lovely.
I've got here the Navigator. That is possibly my best chicken burger I've ever had in my entire life. No, it's not possibly, it is. And it's not even fried, and I love fried chicken. But that is absolutely exceptional. That goat cheese is so creamy. It's almost like having, like, I don't know, this like warm hug around the chicken. And then you've got like the sweetness of the onions, the juiciness of the salad. And it's just absolutely divine. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not just saying that for the camera.
Apple pudding. What? With cinnamon and...
Apfel?
Yeah. And...
Oh, does that come with...
Ooh. Oh, that's got a really strong smell of cinnamon.
Go in with the nougat. Oh, that's dense. And then we'll see. Very smooth, nutty, caramelly, Textures are not exactly what I expected, but really good. How's the apple?
Yeah, this is pure comfort food.
Is it? Genuinely, I'm blown away by the food here, just as I am about everything here. The food is as good as the park, as good as the roller coasters, as good as the theming. Everything is up here, and I don't know what else to say. I'm just blown away by it, and I'm so excited because I know we'll be definitely coming back. So we just had a delicious meal in the Uhrwerk, I think that's how you pronounce it, restaurant here at the hotel, Charles Lindbergh. It was absolutely fantastic, blew us away. It was way better than we thought. We were excited about coming here because we'd seen really good reviews on YouTube and heard great things, but we also thought that, you know, there's probably going to be one thing, maybe like, you know, the park, the theming, the hotel, the food. You know, not all of those things can surely be perfection, can they? Like, where else does that happen? There's always something that lets it down. But I'd like to report that that's not the case. Everything so far has been perfection. We walked in this morning and the staff were incredible, very helpful, took our bags, we went into the park, and we've just ridden world-class roller coasters with Disney/Universal level theming, and the rides themselves were incredible, but the theming just took them to another level. And then we've come to the hotel and our room is fantastic, it's cozy, it has everything we need, got brilliant views across the Rookburgh area. And then we've just come and we've had the most incredible meal. Our journey here hasn't finished, we're about to go and do the walk around, so we'll show you that. And then we're going to be here for breakfast in the morning as well, so it would be really nice to show you a little review of breakfast, what they have to offer, and then we'll take you into Phantasialand for our second day in the park. But for now, goodbye from the bar, and hello to the theme park at night. Hey guys, and welcome to Rookburgh at night. It's such a privilege to be here and be walking around unimpeded with no other guests here apart from the other hotel guests, which, to be honest, are few and far between. But it's just so lovely to be able to do that, and it's such a unique kind of once-in-a-lifetime experience to do that, although I'm going to totally do this more than once in my lifetime. I'm going to take you on a little night tour of Rookburgh now. We get to see it in like a little quiet, peaceful, nighttime mode, and I'm going to show you the delights of Rookburgh right now. So these lamps are just gorgeous, and I noticed these when I came off of F.L.Y earlier on. They didn't just use one lamp, they've used the second one up here, which is a red glowing lamp, and it's sort of almost like what you'd have at an airfield to sort of mark the perimeter. It gives this like really cozy but ominous sort of vibe. You're in a place where something's about to happen. They kind of glow and go up and down like this. The lights at the top are also doing that, giving you sort of like runway airport vibes. So hats off to the theming guys who did this, to think about that. They thought about how the lighting was going to work. They didn't just choose fixtures. They actually decided on the effects they wanted the lights to produce and the vibe they wanted to get from them. We've just spotted this laser show company setting up around the Rookburgh area for the Winterbourne Holiday Festival. So if you see any weird flashing lights, that's what it is. They're pixel mapping lasers onto the buildings and the coaster. They've even care enough to put screens up for the hotel guests to say welcome to the park at night. How nice is that? It's just really lovely. Something I like as someone who's currently working on a large theme park project, including screens in the Middle East, not mentioning any names. They've put daylight cycles into their screens. When the park gets dark, the screens drop in their brightness so they don't dazzle you. There could be ambient light sensors built into that screen, but it's just a nice touch. That's something that the lay person probably wouldn't even notice, but for me, someone who works in technology and works in AV, I like that they're bothering to do that here, because a lot of parks in the UK don't. So yeah, here you are. This is actually an acoustic wall that has been built especially to, well, firstly add some theming in, but also it provides an acoustic barrier to the residents who live on the other side of the main road, which lies just beyond this wall. It's not very far away, and without that they would be getting lots of low-end noise from the coaster and lots of high-pitched screaming. This is probably one of the parts of their planning permission that had to be in place for them to build this new coaster and the Rookburgh area. What a way to build an acoustic wall. You integrate it into your design and you make it part of the theme. Now these are the gorgeous lights I was trying to show you in the day. They probably didn't show up very well, but here they are at night in their full glory. And I don't know if you can see, I'll show you some close up later, but the filaments are like old tungsten metal filaments that just glow really nicely. They're actually banned in Europe now, but they're using an LED variety that look almost identical, and they're very cool. And then here we have this, which is one of the many airships that are around, and it just looks incredible, and there's people working up there, I think. I'll try and get some more shots of that tomorrow in the daylight, but it's just gorgeous.
It's like being able to walk around a really cool film set.
It is, yeah.
Not that I've ever done that, but it's how I imagine it would be.
I would love to do that. And here's the truck that we showed you earlier in the day. It's super cool. These little lights, look at them, just love them. They're just so cute. They've just got everything about the design perfect. The old iron sort of lamps and the soft, warm glowing. And then you look up and you've got, you know, the airship with its ropes and lines hanging down and its rusted capsule underneath. And you've got all this brickwork with, you know, like wrought iron kind of lattice structures, which is what totally would have been used in the day to support walls, you know, in industrial places. They've done their research. They really have. And there's the great logo, F.L.Y. It's a really good logo. I would definitely want to get some merch tomorrow with that on. Maybe a cap or, I don't know. Rob was just saying about the lamps in the windows. They've even thought of details like that. This is not even a real building, it's just a wall. And they've built lamps into it with little net curtains and little kind of grids of the metal. It just makes it look like it's a real building. It's fantastic. I'm really excited to see what they do with Christmas and how they do the decorations and the lights here. But I'm really glad we've seen it just before, because I want to see it in its proper designed theme state, not with Christmas decks up. I love this section here actually. There's more windows that are lit and just look like there's people in those rooms. So clever how they've done that. I'm surprised that there's no one else from the hotel here. I thought the people we saw were, but they're not. They're actually the techs that are doing the lasers. We're the only people. But it's really, really cool to just be here on your own. It's like, it feels wrong. I feel like I've broken into a theme park at night and I shouldn't be here. But no, I'm allowed to be here. It's okay. Something from a coaster perspective as well that I love about this area is you really get a sense of motion of the coaster just by looking at the track on its own. Everywhere you look, the track is banked at different angles. Sort of gives a sense of motion. Even when the coaster's not here, you know exactly what it's doing in that area without even seeing it. I know Vekoma are doing very well at the moment, making a massive comeback thanks to places like Energylandia in Poland and some other European parks that are really buying into the Vekoma brand again. Their coasters used to be known for being very bumpy, just not very comfortable to ride, but they've upped their game. They've obviously brought some new technology into the company and how they manufacture and how they design their track pieces and their ride vehicles. And now their coasters are so smooth, it's a real joy to ride them. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot more from Vekoma and a lot more success in the long run from Vekoma. I'm just going to show you this area here because we didn't really get to look at this properly in the day. This is the Rookburgh tunnel which leads you through to Berlin, and it's just really nicely done. Continues the theming through. There's some nice artwork on the walls that depict the area and the Rookburgh flyport. If I could buy that as a poster, I probably would, to be honest. That would be a really good piece of theme park memorabilia to take home. Just even like the detail of things like this, how they've done the patterns. This has all been created specifically for this area of the park. A lot of work has gone in to the design, the look, typography, and how that can help reflect the theme and the setting of this ride and the surrounding area. I look at this with new eyes now because I know just how much work is involved in just some really simple things, let alone the complicated things. To pull off a feat of design like this to this degree, not many places can do that. So massive, massive hats off to the team who worked on this because they've done an incredible job. Right, shall we take a walk back to the hotel?
Yeah.
We need to catch some sleep because severely lacking right now. Can I just say, this area here, just the vista of this, Like you have this round building here, and then set back you have another one further up that goes a bit higher, and there's all these different textures, like the spiral staircase, the lights, all the arches, the little port windows, and then the rails and the steel and all the little twilight kind of little lamps all around the place. It's just so beautiful. I can imagine artwork like this for fantasy novels or fantasy films even. I can imagine concept art. This is it in real life. And look at this. This is incredible. It's just this really beautiful scene. It looks very New Yorky, but also looks somewhere else. It's its own thing. They've invented their story. They've taken influences, and I'm almost seeing parts of Metropolis, cues from other places, but this is very much its own thing at the same time. Through the door to the hotel. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We are going to go and get some shut-eye now, and I'll show you some shots from the top viewing gallery as well. I'm going to try and get some shots. I'll chuck some of them in now. And we'll see you in the morning. Good night.